Angel's Voice, ASMR. We're going to start a new book, a novel by Gregory David Roberts. Shantaram. 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 Have you heard of this book? It's an amazing read. Shantaram. This was a gift for my birthday from my guy. This is my favorite book and his favorite book. Pretty amazing. A novel of the first order, a work of extraordinary art, a thing of exceptional beauty. I hope you're in a relaxed place. I hope your eyes are closed and you're listening. And I hope, even though you're relaxed, you're excited about starting this book with me. For my mother. Part 1. It took me a long time and most of the world to learn what I know about love and fate and the choices we make, but the heart of it came to me in an instant. While I was chained to a wall and being tortured, I realized somehow through the screaming in my mind that even in that shackled, bloody helplessness, I was still free. Free to hate the men who were torturing me or to forgive them. It doesn't sound like much, I know, but in the flinch and bite of the chain, when it's all you've got, that freedom is a universe of possibility, and the choice you make between hating and forgiving can become the story of your life. In my case, it's a long story and a crowded one. I was a revolutionary who lost his ideals in heroin, a philosopher who lost his integrity in crime, and a poet who lost his soul in a maximum security prison. When I escaped from that prison over the front wall between the two gun towers, I became my country's most wanted man. Luck ran with me and flew with me across the world to India, where I joined the Bombay Mafia. I worked as a gun runner, a smuggler, and a counterfeiter. I was chained on 3 continents, beaten, stabbed, and starved. I went to war. I ran into the enemy guns, and I survived while other men around me died. They were better men than I am, most of them. Better men whose lives were crunched up in mistakes and thrown away by the wrong second of someone else's hate, or love, or indifference. And I buried them, too many of those men, and grieved their stories and their lives into my own. But my story doesn't begin with them, or with the Mafia. It goes back to that first day in Bombay. Fate put me in the game there. Luck dealt the cards that led me to Carla Saranin, and I started to play it out, that hand. For the first moment, I looked into her green eyes. So it begins, this story, like everything else, with a woman and a city and a bit of luck. Okay, well that's an amazing first page. The first thing I noticed about Bombay on the first day was the smell of the different air. I could smell it before I saw or heard anything of India. Even as I walked along the umbilical corridor that connected the plane to the airport, I was excited and delighted by it. In that first Bombay minute, escaped from prison and new to the wide world, but I didn't and couldn't recognize it. I know now that it's the sweet, sweating smell of hope, which is the opposite of hate, and it's the sour, stifled smell of greed, which is the opposite of love. It's the smell of gods, demons, empires, and civilizations, and resurrection and decay. It's the blue skin the smuggling arts much later, years later. On that first trip to India, I was just working on instinct, and the only commodity I was smuggling was myself, my fragile and haunted freedom. I was using a false New Zealand passport with my photograph substituted in it for the original. I'd done the work myself, and it wasn't a perfect job. I was sure it would pass a routine examination, but I knew that if suspicions were aroused and someone checked with the New Zealand High Commission, it would be exposed as a forgery fairly quickly. On the journey to India from Auckland, I'd roamed the plane in search of the right group of New Zealanders. I found a small party of students who were making their second trip to the subcontinent. Urging them to share their experience and traveler's tips with me, I fostered a slender acquaintance with them that brought us to the airport controls together. The various Indian officials assumed that I was traveling with that relaxed and guileless group and gave me no more than a cursory check. I pushed through alone to the slap and sting of sunlight outside the airport, intoxicated with the exhilaration of escape. Another wall scaled, another border crossed, another day and night to run and hide. I'd escaped from prison almost 2 years before, but the fact of the fugitive life is that you have to keep on escaping every day and every night. And while not completely free, never completely free, there was hope and fearful excitement in the new. A new passport, a new country, and a new line of excited dread on my young face. Under those gray eyes, I stood there on the trampled street beneath the baked blue bowl of the Bombay sky, and my heart was as clean and hungry for promises as a monsoon morning in the gardens of Malabar. "Sir, sir," a voice called from behind me. A hand grabbed at my arm. I stopped. I tensed every fighting muscle and bit down on the fear. Don't run. Don't panic. I turned. A small man stood before me, dressed in a grimy brown uniform and carrying my guitar. More than small, he was a tiny man, a dwarf. With a large head and the startled innocence of Down syndrome in his features, he thrust the guitar at me. "Your music, sir. You're losing your music, isn't it?" It was my guitar. I realized at once that I must have forgotten it near the baggage carousel. I couldn't guess how the little man had known that it belonged to me. When I smiled my relief and surprise, the man grinned back at me with that perfect sincerity we fear and call simple-minded. He passed the guitar to me, and I noticed that his hands were webbed like the feet of a waiting bird. I pulled a few notes from my pocket and offered them to him, but he backed away awkwardly on his thick legs. "Not money. We are here to help it, sir. Welcome in India," he said, and trotted away in the forest of bodies on the path. I bought a ticket to the city with the veterans bus service, manned by the ex-servicemen from the Indian Army. I watched as my backpack and travel bag were lifted to the top of a bus and dumped into a pile of luggage with precise and nonchalant violence, and decided to keep the guitar in my hands. I took a place on the bench seat at the back of the bus and was joined there by 2 long-haired travelers. The bus filled quickly with a mix of Indians and foreigners, most of them young, traveling as inexpensively as possible. When the bus was close to full, the driver turned in his seat, scowled at us menacingly, spat a jet of vivid red Patel juice through the open doorway, and announced our imminent departure. "Decane Jallo!" The engine roared, gears meshed with a growl and thunk, and we sped off at alarming speed through crowds of porters and pedestrians who limped, sprang, or stepped aside out of the way with only millimeters to spare. Our conductor, riding on the top step of the bus, cursed them with artful animosity. The journey from the airport to the city began on a wide, modern motorway lined with shrubs and trees. It was much like the neat, pragmatic landscape that surrounded the international airport in my home city, Melbourne. The familiarity lulled me into a complacency that was so profoundly shattered at the first narrowing of the road that the contrast and its effect seems calculated. For the first sight of the slums, as the many lanes of the motorway became one and the trees disappeared, clutched at my heart with talons of shame. Like brown and black dunes, the acres of slums rolled away from the roadside and met the horizon with dirty, heat-hazed mirages. The miserable shelters were patched together from rags, scraps of plastic and paper, reed mats and bamboo sticks. They slumped together, attached one to another, and with narrow lanes Psalm, Psalm, Psalm. Sorry, pause. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. Another bathed her children with water from a copper dish. A man led 3 goats with red ribbons tied to the collars of their throats. Another man shaved himself at the cracked mirror. Children played everywhere. Men carried water in the buckets. Men made repairs to one of the huts, and everywhere that I looked, people smiled and laughed. The bus stopped in a stutter of traffic, and a man emerged from one of the huts near my window. He was a foreigner, pale-skinned as any of the new arrivals on the bus, and dressed only in a wraparound sheet of hibiscus-patterned cotton. He stretched, yawned, and scratched unconsciously at his naked belly. There was a definitive, bovine placidity in his face and posture. I found myself envying that contentment and the smiles of greeting he drew from a people who walked past him to the road. The bus jerked into motion once more, and I lost sight of that man. But that image of him changed everything in my attitude to the slums. Seeing him there, a man as alien to the place as I was, let me picture myself in that world. What had seemed unimaginably strange and remote from my experience suddenly became possible and comprehensible and finally fascinating. I looked at the people then, and I saw how busy they were, how much industry and energy described their lives. Occasional sudden glimpses inside the huts revealed the astonishing cleanliness of that poverty, the spotless floors and glistening metal pots in neat tapering towers, and then last, what should have been first, I saw how beautiful they were. The women wrapped in crimson, blue, and gold, and the women walking barefoot through the tangled shabbiness of the slum with patient, ethereal grace. Take 7. I saw how beautiful they were, the women wrapped in crimson, blue, and gold, the women walking barefoot through the tangled shabbiness of the slums with patient, ethereal grace. The white-toothed, almond-eyed handsomeness of the men, the affectionate camaraderie of the fine-limbed children, older ones playing with younger ones, many of them supporting baby brothers and sisters on their slender hips. And half an hour after the bus ride began, I smiled for the first time. Well, I think that's a good place to leave off, but we have many pages to go, and the next one I feel like I'm going to read for a little bit longer. But my stomach is growling so much, I'm going to go and get a little midnight snack. So that's it for now, and I hope that's a little sneak peek into this book. I mean, how mesmerizing already. I'm excited to share with you and to post more. Alright, you have a good night and relax and wake up refreshed and renewed. Should I read a little bit more? Just a little bit more? Let me see. Okay. It ain't pretty, the young man beside me said, looking at the scene beyond the window. He was Canadian. The maple leaf patch on his jacket declared tall and heavy set with pale eyes and shoulder-length brown hair. His companion looked like a shorter, more compact version of himself. They even wore identical stone-washed jeans, sandals, and soft calico jackets. Come again. This is your first time, he asked in reply. I nodded. I thought so. Don't worry, from here on it gets a little better. Not so many slums at all, but it ain't good anywhere in Bombay. This here's the crummiest city in India. You can take my word. You got that right, the shorter man agreed. But from here on in, you got a couple nice temples and some big British buildings that are okay. Stone lions and brass street lights. And like that, but this ain't India. The real India is up near the Himalayas at Manali, or the holy city of Varanasi, or down the coast at Kerala. You gotta get out. You gotta get this out of the city to find the real India. Where are you guys headed? We're going to stay at an ashram, his friend announced. It's run by the Rajneeshis at Pune. It's the best ashram in the country. 2 pairs of clear, pale blue eyes stared at me with the vague, almost accusatory censure of those who've convinced themselves that they've found the one true path. You checking in? Sorry? You checking into a room, or are you passing on through Bombay today? I don't know, I replied, turning to look through the window once more. It was true. I didn't know whether I wanted to stay in Bombay for a while or to overnight and catching the train tomorrow. If you want, we can share a room. It's a lot cheaper with 3. I met the stare in his guileless blue eyes. Maybe it would be better to share a room at first, I thought. Their genuine documents and their easy smiles would smother my false passport. Maybe it would be safer. And it's a lot safer, he added. Yeah, right, his friend agreed. Safer, I asked, assuming a nonchalance I didn't feel. The bus was moving more slowly along narrow channels of 3- and 4-story buildings. Traffic churned through the streets with wondrous and mysterious efficiency. A ballistic dance of buses, trucks, bicycles, cars, ox carts, scooters, and people. The open windows of our battered bus gave us the aromas of spices, perfumes, diesel smoke, and the manure of oxen in a steamy but not unpleasant mix. And voices rose up everywhere, above ripples of unfamiliar music. Every corner carried gigantic posters advertising Indian films. The supernatural colors of the posters streamed behind the tanned face of the tall Canadian. Oh, sure, it's a lot safer. This is Gotham City, man. The street kids here have more ways to take your money than Hell's Casino. It's a city thing, man, the short one explained. All cities are the same. It's not just here. It's the same in New York or Rio or Paris. They're all dirty and they're all crazy. A city thing. You know what I'm saying? You get to the rest of India and you'll love it. This is a great country, but the cities are truly fucked, I gotta say. And the hotels are in on it, the tall one added. You can get ripped off just sitting in your hotel room and smoking a little weed. They do deals with the cops to bust you and take all your money. Safest thing is to stick together and travel in groups, take my word. And get out of the cities as fast as you can, the short one said. Holy crap, did you see that? The bus had turned into the curve of a wide boulevard that was edged by huge stones, tumble-rolled into the turquoise sea. A small colony of black, ragged slum huts were strewn upon these rocks like a wreckage of some dark and primitive ship. The huts were burning. Oh no, check that out. That guy's cooking, man. The tall Canadian shouted, pointing to a man who ran towards the sea with his clothes and hair on fire. The man slipped and smashed heavily between the large stones. A woman and a child reached him and smothered the flames with their hands and their own clothes. Other people were trying to contain the fires in their huts or simply stood and watched as their flimsy homes blazed. Did you see that? That guy's gone, I tell ya. Dang right, the short one gasped. The bus driver slowed with other traffic to look at the fire, but then revved the engine and drove on. None of the cars on the busy road stopped. I turned to look through the rear window of the bus until the charred humps of the huts became minute specks and the brown smoke of the fires was just a whisper of ruin. At the end of the long seaside boulevard, we made a left turn onto the wide street of modern buildings. There were grand hotels with liveried doormen standing beneath colored awnings. Near them were exclusive restaurants, garlanded with courtyard garden. Sunlight flashed on the polished glass and brass facades at the airline offices and other businesses. Street stalls sheltered from the morning sunlight beneath broad umbrellas. The Indian men walking there were dressed in hard shoes and Western business suits, and the women wore expensive silk. They looked purposeful and sober, their expressions grave as they bustled to and from the large office buildings. The contrast between the familiar and the exceptional was everywhere around me. A bullock cart was drawn up beside a modern sports car at a traffic signal. A man squatted to relieve himself behind the discreet shelter of a satellite dish. An electric forklift truck was being used to unload goods from an ancient wooden cart with wooden wheels. The impression was of a plodding and distant past that had crashed intact through barriers of time into its own future, and I liked it. We're almost there, my companion declared. City center's just a few blocks. It's not really what you call the downtown area. It's just the tourist beat where most of the cheap hotels are. The last stop. It's called Kalaba. The two young men took their passports and traveler's checks from their pockets and pushed them down the fronts of their trousers. The shorter man even removed his watch, and it too joined the currency, passport, and other valuables in the marsupial pouch of his underpants. He caught my eye and smiled. Hey, he said, can't be too careful. I stood and bumped my way to the front. When the bus stopped, I was the first to take the steps, but a crowd of people on the footpath prevented me from moving down to the street. They were touts from the various hotels, drug dealers, and other businessmen of the city, and they shouted at us in broken English with the offers of cheap hotel rooms and bargains to be had. First among them in the doorway was a small man with a large, almost perfectly round head. He was dressed in a denim shirt and blue cotton trousers. He shouted for silence from his companions and then turned to me with the whitest and most radiant I noticed for the first time how fit and healthy and handsome they were. I decided then and there to accept their offer to share the cost of a room. In their company, the crime of my escape from prison, the crime of my existence in the world, was invisible and inconceivable. The little guide grabbed my sleeve to lead me away from the fractious group and toward the back of the bus. The conductor climbed to the roof with simian agility and flung my backpack and travel bag into my arms. Other bags began tumbling to the pavement in an ominous condense of creaks and crashes. As the passengers ran to stop the hard rain of their valuables, the guide led me away again to a quiet spot a few meters away from the bus. "My name is Rebecca," he stated in his musically accented English. "What is your good name?" "My good name is Lindsay," I lied, using the name from my false passport. "I am Bombay Guide. Very excellent first number, Bombay Guide. I am all Bombay. I know it very well. You want to see everything. I know exactly where it is to you. Will find you the most of everything. I can show you even more than everything." The two young travelers joined us, pursued by a persistent band of ragged touts and guides. Prabhaka shouted at his unruly colleagues, and they retreated a few paces, staring hungrily at our collection of bags and packs. "What I want to see right now," I said, "is a clean, cheap hotel room." "Certainly, sir." Prabhaka beamed. "I can take you to a cheap hotel, and a very cheap hotel, and a too-much cheap hotel, and even a cheap hotel that nobody in their right minds is ever staying there also." "Okay, lead on, Prabhaka. Let's take a look." "Hey, wait a minute," the taller of the two men interjected. "Are you going to pay this guy? I mean, I know the way to the hotels. No offense to you, buddy. I'm sure you're a good guide and all, but we don't need you." I looked at Prabhaka. His large, dark brown eyes were studying my face with open amusement. I've never known a man who had less hostility in him than Prabhaka Carr. He was incapable of raising his voice or his hand in anger, and I sensed something of that even then in the first minutes to him. "Do I need you, Prabhaka?" I asked him, my expression mock serious. "Oh, yes," he cried in reply. "You are so very needy me. I am almost crying with your situation. Only God knows what terrible things are happening to you without my good self to guide your body in Bombay." "I'll pay him," I told my companions. They shrugged and lifted their packs. "Okay, let's go, Prabhaka." I began to lift my pack, but he grabbed it swiftly. "I am carrying at your luggages," he insisted politely. "No, that's okay, I'm fine." The huge smile faded to a pleading frown. "Please, sir, it is my job, it is my duty. I'm strong in my bags, no problem, you'll see." All my instincts revolted at the idea. "No, really. Please, Mr. Lindsay, this is my honor. See the people." Prabhaka gestured with his upturned palm to those touts and guides who'd managed to secure customers from among the tourists. Each one of them seized a bag, suitcase, or backpack and trudged off, leading his party to the flat traffic with brisk determination. "Yeah, well, all right," I muttered, deferring to his judgment. It was just the first of countless capitulations that would, in time, come to define a relationship. The smile stretched his round face once more, and he grappled with the backpack, working the straps onto his shoulders with my help. The pack was heavy, forcing him to thrust his neck out, lean over, and launch forward into a trundling gait. My longer steps brought me up level with him, and I looked into his straining face. I felt like a white bwana, reducing him to my beast of burden, and I hated it. But he laughed, that small Indian man. He chattered about Bombay and the sights to be seen, pointing out landmarks as he walked. He spoke with differential amenability to the two Canadians. He smiled and called out greetings to acquaintances as he passed them, and he was strong, much stronger than he looked, and he never paused or faltered in his step throughout the 15-minute journey to the hotel. 4 steep flights and a dark and mossy well of stairs at the rear of a large seafront building brought us to the foyer of the India Guest House. Every floor on the way up had carried a different shield: Esparza Hotel, Star of Asia Guest House, Seashore Hotel, indicating that the one building was actually 4 separate hotels, each one of them occupying a single floor and having its own staff, services, and style. The two young travelers, Prabhaka and I, tumbled into the small foyer with our bags and packs. A tall, muscular Indian wearing a dazzling white shirt and black tie sat behind a steel desk beside the hallway that led to the guest rooms. "Welcome," he said, a small, wary smile dimpling his cheeks. "Welcome, young gentlemen." "What a dump," my tall companion muttered, looking around at the flaking paint and laminated wooded partitions. "This is Mr. Anand," Prabhaka interjected quickly, "best manager of the best hotel in Colaba." "Shut up, Prabhaka," Mr. Anand growled. Prabhaka smiled the wider. "See what a great manager he is," grinning at me. Then he turned his smile to the great manager. "I bring 3 excellent tours for you. Very best customers for the very best hotel, isn't it?" "I told you to shut up," Anand snapped.
No problem, Anand snapped. You can go somewhere else. They began to gather their bags, but Babaka stopped them with an anguished cry. No, no, this is the very most beautiful of hotels. Please just see it to the room. Please, Mr. Lindsay, just see it to the lovely room. Just see it to the lovely room. There was a momentary pause. The two young men hesitated. In the doorway, Anand studied this hotel register, suddenly fascinated by the handwritten entries. Babaka clutched at my sleeve. I felt some sympathy for the street guide, and I admired Anand's style. He wasn't going to plead with us or persuade us to take the room. If we wanted it, we took it on his terms. When he looked up from the register, he met my eyes with a frank and honest stare, one confident man to another. I began to like him. I'd like to see it, the lovely room, I said. Yes, Babaka laughed. Okay, here we go, the Canadian sighed, smiling.